Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Phil.
And I'm Jenny.
And welcome to another edition of Angry Asian America on ISAtv. We're talking about news and culture from the Asian American community. So, Jenny, you ready to do this?
Let's do this. We got amazing guests today, right? First off, we got Andrew Fung. What's up, Andrew?
What's up, everybody? Thank you for having me here.
So welcome. And next to Andrew, we have Tess Paras. What's up, Tess?
Hi. Nice to see you.
Tess is an actor and writer, and you can find her online on YouTube lately, blowing up. Typecast parody video.
Who knew?
So great. Let's get into it.
Let's do this. All right, guys, so let's get into the angriest story of the week. This week we're talking about cultural appropriation. Now,
big word, Phil. Big
yeah,
word.
I'm dropping that in there. But
real high concept.
So what inspired this actually is something I wrote on the blog a couple days ago, which was Air France ran this Facebook ad showing different cultures, and what the one that really caught my eye and was kind of gave me a red flag was it's an image of a white model dressed up as a geisha, full-on geisha, you know,
white powder face.
yeah, yeah, with the hair up, with like
red
you know,
lips.
yeah, kimono and everything, and I was like,
Classic.
what's up with that, you know? And you see that a lot in a lot of different. It's kind of popped up in different instances in pop culture recently. Like most recently, sort of Katy Perry kind of got in some trouble because she at the American Music Awards she did a performance where she was dressed up in like this full-on like geisha thing and with you know.
Never go full geisha.
Yeah, cherry blossoms and the whole on thing, and I was just kind of like, you know, she got in a lot of trouble for that. But I was kind of wondering, what do you guys feel about cultural appropriation? When is it okay for? Is it okay for, say, like white people to dress up like Asians? Is it okay to take sort of certain cultural hallmarks and use it for whatever marketing or performance or whatever?
I think cultural appropriation is going to happen because that's how we move forward. You know, there's things that I like from different cultures that have been integrated from my personality since, you know, you're a kid and you grow up in the United States of America, and you're always, you know, somehow appropriating something, either fashion and music or whatever. But to go full geisha on the American Music Awards, or to do a full-on ad campaign where you're straight up wearing someone else's culture as a costume,
Oh Lord,
that was like, you know. Wait
Right.
a minute, there's one thing to use like taiko drums in a track, and there's another thing to be wearing like my whole identity as a costume.
Right.
My thing is that one, people are mad ignorant. People are super ignorant and they'll always be ignorant. Two, you know, a lot of Asians, we appropriate things as well. A lot of Asians have appropriated black culture, and a lot of black people are like, oh, y'all Asians, you're not doing it right, you know? And then also, I think that there needs to be some sort of education of Asians, because honestly, a lot of Asians don't even know Asian culture.
I mean, at the very least, say in that ad campaign, they could have used an Asian model as much as like, you know.
They did have one person of color who was a model in the campaign, and it was an African American model to signify New York. And I was just like,
She was representing Brooklyn.
yeah.
Or the Bronx.
oh, okay, all right.
But honestly, I don't think it would have been better for Air France to have featured an Asian model.
In a geisha outfit
geisha
too.
makeup.
Yeah.
Because like
not
I'm
at
so.
all.
Can I just say I'm so sick of like America or the West's fascination with the sexualized, you know, high courtesan elite prostitute. You know what I mean? Honestly, do we really need to keep using this like geisha full on?
It's an outdated sort of Orientalist view.
And it
of
normalizes
Asian
it.
Yeah, but like, you know, there is a traditional dress.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, the white face powder and, you know, the kind of sexualization of the lady.
Yeah.
That's when you kind of imply that geisha
I mean,
It's the
when you do
implication that
yellow face,
that
it's
we're all
just
talking about.
Right. Well, it's also the implication that Asian equals this, right? And
Right.
like we all know that Asian is Asian. It's a multifaceted sort of concept, and you know, and we live out realistically what that means every day. But sort of like mainstream media, it's like, and I agree. Like, I don't think Katy Perry means to offend everybody, but she's like, hey, that's cool. Let's use that in my thing.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, I can take this all off. Like, I can't take this skin off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, why are you putting on eye makeup that's mimicking the shape of my eye? Like, what the heck? Yeah, like, when is that? You know, you can take that off, but at the same time, when you're dealing with a culture that can somehow ever, in any sense, be more marginalized than you are, that's a tricky scenario.
She represents the dominant, like, rulers, whatever, the colonizers and stuff.
Yeah.
The oppressors.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they represent.
And she actually said, oh, Japanese people, they're so adorable. I want to wear their skin. Like,
No.
Thank you for the most patronizing comment ever, right?
No,
like,
First of all, no, she don't want to wear our skin. All right.
She actually said that on a late night
don't.
talk
Heard
show.
that before.
Oh
She
yeah.
really don't.
See, that really adds the sort of Katy Perry wearing costume
talk about
as performer night. Yeah.
It's a little belittling. It's belittling.
Right.
She's just like kids.
She was just honestly saying how she felt, and you know what? She's saying the thing that other people are not willing to.
And she's ignorant. But I'm saying that she didn't. I don't think she meant it maliciously, but she's super ignorant for that.
Yes.
But who's gonna educate her? That's why we need the bloggers. We need the fire starters. We need the people yelling at her. Hey, you doing it wrong. But we do need the other people to like represent and talk about it.
Let me pose this question then. So, if in the idea of cultural appropriation, I think we know that there's times when we see something like that's kind of whack, and then but are there times when it's acceptable? It's okay. Like, what are the occasions where like, you know, where someone can dress like a white model or something can dress up like in sort of cultural dress? Is that okay at all? What do you guys think?
I'm like hundreds of years from now, when there are enough
how about
Asian American
like martial arts movies, right? There's a lot of people. There's always like, you know,
David Carradine
and white people dress up.
Or Kill Bill. What's the
Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris been appropriating forever.
Right.
And Chuck Norris grew up in Torrance, where I grew up, where there's a lot of Japanese Americans.
Right. So is that legit?
Well, the first thing that came into my mind was Uma Thurman's costume in Kill Bill is the yellow that suit, but that is from another
pantsuit.
But that's from another movie too. You know that.
It's Game of Death.
It's Game. Right.
So
exactly.
is it homage?
So that's homage. To me, that feels like homage.
It's cool, my boy.
You know, to me that feels cool, but it's also because there's a history behind it that's explained and also has become pop. I don't think we've become pop enough yet. I want us to be more pop, so that way that can fit in the diverse amount of stories that are there.
I want to throw in there too.
Shout out to everybody.
I used to always get really annoyed at like restaurants and clubs that would use Asian-y things like Geisha House. There's a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Tao. It's a nightclub in Vegas where they straight up have a Buddha. Because you know the Buddhists need to get their swerve on too. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And so I would get mad because I know that there's a lot of Asian Americans who actually, they don't have a kind of consciousness around that being bad. And they'll show up to Geisha House and be like, let's get dinner there, let's get drinks. This is so cool. It's Asian-y. Like to them, it's like
they feel like they're being thrown a bone, right?
Yeah, they feel like they're getting represented, you know? But like, let's party in town. Hey,
I'm never gonna go anywhere where their slogan is always a happy ending. Like, I'm sorry, but
which is a happy ending sex joke, right?
Yeah.
So sex worker.
Well, that's why they go to Hakkasan, guys. That's the new.
But all I'm saying is, it's like we have our own people maybe on YouTube right now who'd be like, I've been to Geisha House, I've been to Tao you know, nightclub. And I'm down, and it's cool. It's like, hey, I love my culture, because they see that as a representation of their culture.
I disagree. I don't think every Asian American sees Geisha House as part of the immediate
But they show
culture.
up and they're like, it's cool.
Well, it's cool, but that's in the same way. If you're really Americanized, you're gonna think that old Asian shit is cool too.
Okay.
That's what I'm kind of saying. I'm kind of saying, like, if you're Asian American, you're really Americanized. You almost appropriate yourself.
Yeah,
now
you're
like,
so distant.
Yeah, like
so
do you fetishize a part of Asian culture yourself that you're so distant from? Now, are there Asian dudes out there who even fetishize Asian women in a different way? This exists.
Oh, that's a whole other question.
I know, but that's a different question. I just raised that. I just raised it, but I'm just saying that's a whole extend. Director's cut 20 minutes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like the answer is to have just amass more things, amass more stories, amass more art.
More diverse stories.
More diverse stories
Nuance.
to get to that nuance. So that way we don't have to just talk about the one person who screwed up, you know, and talk about all the other things that are positive and that are doing the right thing and making media we like to consume.
All right, everybody, this segment is fresh off the blog, where we showcase quick hits from the blog, angryasianman.com. First up, of course, we got to check out Typecast, right? From Tess, our own guest today. It's on YouTube. It's a viral video that's been blowing up about the way Asian American actors, as well as other ethnic actors, are being typecast in Hollywood. Tess, tell us a little bit about what inspired all of this.
I originally performed the sketch at the CBS Diversity Showcase. CBS hosts a diversity showcase annually to bring 20 comics and actors together and write and pitch sketch ideas. And I was a little nervous about putting it up on stage because it's a little prickly, and it was pretty much for an audience of industry people and for casting to say, you know, hey, this is something that my life as an auditioning, actor is happening all the time, where the roles pretty much are the same of like nerdy Asian, sexy Asian, and or nurse. Thank you.
Thank
you.
All right, I got to give a shout out to Angry Little Asian Girl. awesome cartoon that is celebrating its 20th anniversary. That's right, 20 years ago, Angry Little Asian Girl was born. Created by cartoonist Lila Lee, my spiritual sister in the anger. So special shout out for just holding it down for 20 years, Angry Little Asian Girl. All right, and finally, support Asian American independent cinema. I'm a sucker for film festivals, so if you guys are in Chicago, San Diego, or Los Angeles, get yourself to a film festival. Okay, well, I want to thank my guests for joining in the conversation this week. Anything you guys want to plug? And please tell us what's making you angry this week.
I will plug my Twitter handle at Tess, so you know what's going on there. I'm auditioning, writing, and putting out more sketches on my YouTube channel soon. What's making me angry this week? Little story, quick story. I checked Google Maps on my phone at a stoplight for directions and got a ticket.
Oh.
At a stoplight for checking a map on my phone.
I just want to plug our YouTube channel, Fung Comedy. Check us out. Also, what's making me angry is that there's this pile of shit that keeps piling up on my block, down the block from my where I live, and I don't know if it's human or animal or whatever, but it's kind of annoying me. I'm not even really angry about it. It's just that's life, but I'm annoyed by it.
It's gross.
It's gross.
That's life.
All right, and you can always find me online at jennyyang.tv or on Twitter at jennyyangtv.
For me, you guys can check out angryasianman.com or can read my blog about what's going on in Asian America. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Angry Asian America. Shout out to Studio 5A where we're filming here today. Be sure to subscribe to ISAtv for future episodes.
And shout out to Angry Artist of the Week, Richie Lay. And as always, stay angry.
This could happen to me, but I know that it's real, baby, now I see. And when anybody asks how we began today, I just say Instagram and a little bit of fate. Girl, I think I'm falling, got me falling for you. I don't know what else to do, 'cause you tap my heart. Is it true? I guess I'll just keep